Yeah, welcome back to the firehouse. House is on fire. I think personally I like the last reasoning about Mr. Suit and Ties. That I think we have to investigate Mr. Suit and Tie a bit more in depth. If you know what I reckon I covered him properly last time, but even no one seen him, Mr. Suit and Tie, running behind me here now on the telly. And I was even thinking to myself that this Nobel Peace Prize, you know, that has just been awarded to the European Union. Well, I say it's all these men are in suit and tie. No doubt if a woman is there, she must be in some whatever uniform she's in. But most of the men that is been awarded to are men who wear suit and tie. And no doubt as well that the men who selected them are men who was wearing suit and tie. If you know what I mean. So you get to find out then that I say suit and tie is very what they would call influential. You know what I mean? Because obviously, you know, those who are not wearing suit and tie, I don't think they would allow them to decide who was aiming for peace on the planet. You know what I mean? No, they leave these things to those who are wearing suit and tie. And it is I and I firm conviction anyway that suit and tie is actually a disguise for Mr. Falsehood. If you know what I mean. Because Mr. Falsehood now, a man who do not know the truth now, have to camouflage to look good. And you find out then that Falsehood find that it was the suit is a very good hood, if you know what I mean. So if have you ever watched vampire movies? You know, when you go looking for vampire, you know, and you have to be skillful to spot the vampire, you know. Like they don't come out at daytime, because they're always undercover. It's nighttime that you have to spot these vampires, as it was. You know what I mean? But Falsehood now can operate in the daytime, even though he's a vampire. Mr. Falsehood. Yeah? So he mingling with everyone now. You know what I mean? But there's an easy way of spotting him. He's usually suited and booted, for definite. He's suited and booted. Falsehood. And his apprentices, you know, those who are under training, love the suit as well, you know. Anyone who work for Mr. Falsehood, you know, anywhere near him, or even a little distance away, as long as he's paying you a wage, he likes you to be looking like him. Presentation. You know what I mean? Because you are there to mask the truth and present the lie to your fellow human being who are not suited and booted like yourself. You know what I mean? So if you ever want to spot the head devils, like I tell you, don't just look for the man in the suit. He's the representation, you know. If there's anyone behind the man in the suit, must be the man in the slipper. You know? But anyone who is, he's got to present himself, of course. And if you know yourself, right, you can spot a vampire easy because they can't speak the truth anyway. That's how you know the vampires. So all you have to do is to learn the art of listening. And then the suited man will actually tell you that he's a vampire. Because he'll be speaking pure shit. You just don't know how to listen carefully to what the man in suit is saying. You see? You know, don't be fascinated by his expensive suit and his silk tie and, you know, and his golden cufflinks. You know what I mean? You are looking at a confused being. And if you know how to listen carefully, this being will tell you that I am confused. You know, I am living a lie. And if you know how to look in the eyes properly, you will see in the face that they are liars. It shows in your face, you know what I mean? In your eyes. So when these suited and booted are talking, you can see in the face, their face are not healthy because they tell too many lies. The eyes are not healthy, bright eyes. These eyes are dead eyes. And the words that are coming out of their mouths, if you could only listen, is telling you just, you know, that I am a liar. You know, or just tell you that I'm a confused being. I am a being that is living, but I have no understanding of who I am really. You know, I've never even given it a thought. You know, I was more interested in telling lies and accumulating the richness that I could. You know what I mean? And the best way for me to do this, being a liar, was to make sure that I present myself in my suit and my tie. Because that is the art of deception, if you know what I mean. And then eventually, now, like I tell you, he's captured the whole of society, where even people from other cultures is now suited and booted, because they realize that this is the art of proper art of deception, presentation. But you get caught in your own trap, if you know what I mean, because you are now easy to identify. Mark of the beast. That's what I say. Yes, it's not difficult, like I say, to spot the wicked. You know? And like I tell you, that doesn't mean every man in a suit is wicked. You know what I mean? To the same degree. You know? But every man in a suit and tie is deluded anyway. Like I'm telling you, to whatever degree. If you know what I mean. If you like wearing it, you're deluded, you know what I mean? If you feel that you have to wear your suit and tie, you are deluded. You know what I mean? And like I tell you, look in what you call seats of powers, anywhere on the planet, and look and you will see that they're all in suit and tie. It is a disguise for Mr. Falsehood. That's what he's hiding behind. That's his hood. The suit and the tie. That's how he operates in the political field. In the religious field, he's under his robe, or his long gown, you know what I mean? And his funny hat, and his elaborate walking stick, and his elaborate temples, and his holy books. You see what I mean? He's hiding behind all that, but he himself is empty. And that's why he's got to hide behind all this gimmick. Just like Mr. Liar, who's got Mr. Falsehood hiding behind his suit, so this other liar and this other confused being is hiding behind his temples and mosques and synagogues and all his ritual and rites and all these kind of idiotic thing that you are performing. All that you are performing, that ain't got nothing to do with what is right and correct. You see what I mean? That's what deluded beings do, I say, when they are confused. when they refuse to live honestly, maybe because it's too difficult, you know what I mean? And when they don't love the truth with all the mind and all the heart and soul, you know? And like I say, all your aura as well. And you don't love it for no reason, you just love it because you love it. No, you don't have those sentiment in them. If you have those sentiment in you, why would you go and build up buildings and start to wear elaborate robes? Why don't you just wear the clothes that you like? Why do you think that you would have to wear some special kind of clothes to deliver the word of God? Unless you was some kind of deluded being. Why do you think you have to dress a particular way? No, liars do that because they are out to deceive people. Confuse them because they do not have the truth. So they have to rely on presentation. You don't get it. They are presenting, you know, all this sentimental nonsense. Means absolutely nothing. You know what I mean? And just like how, like I'm telling you, if you learn the art of listening, you can unmask the political man, the suit man, causing all the trouble. Just the same way, learn to listen, and you will unmask the religious man. Because he's a repeater. You know what a repeater is? Something is written down and he just repeat around that. Repeat the story and talk about it. But he doesn't know nothing, and anyone can repeat in it. You don't have to be an honest man to be a good repeater. Yeah? You don't have to be that guy. You're just a repeater. And all of these religious people, that's what they are. Repeaters. Repeating a story. And usually a miraculous story as well. And like I say, miracle don't happen anymore. They stop. The big ones that he's telling you about. His miracle usually happened about 2,000 years ago or beyond. So it's happening in a time where you cannot prove it. So that's where he set his lie. And he's hiding behind that. In his religious temples, wherever I call them, you know what I mean? And then leading people to go on pilgrimage wherever they go and doing, like I say, performing all kind of ridiculous rituals that are going to get destroyed in the fire anyway. All those things belongs to the old. Out with the old and in with the new. A new way, a more cleaner way. You know, you don't have to perform ritual. Oh yeah, you should perform a ritual to know the truth. And that is the ritual of living honestly and truthfully. You see what I mean? That is the ritual that you should be performing. And you can be doing that while you're carrying out all the other activities of life. Being a father, being a mother, a brother, a sister, uncle, a niece, doing whatever job it is that you are good at. You can do all those things, whatever it is you have to do in life, while you are still an honest and truthful person. You must think honesty and truthfulness is going to cripple you. No, it frees you up actually. Make you enjoy life more, more fulfilled. You see what I mean? But lies and falsehood paralyze the spirit. You see, stop it from growing. And that is the purpose of I call them your masters or your rulers over the centuries. Has been to paralyze you so you don't grow, so they can rule over you here. You know what I mean? And enjoy what they call the benefit of the earth. You know? In their own ignorance as well. Because they're ruling over the majority. They think that they know are some kind of elite. And that they are more smarter than the majority that they are ruling over. But they are, you are not no elite. You know? You are just in a deeper darkness. than the majority that you are ruling over. Because you do not know the rules of life, innit? You say you are an elite. Well, I and I is an elite as well. Yeah. And I come to deal with the elites. That's who I deal with. I love dealing with what I say are the real elites of the universe. Whether you find them in Earth or on Saturn or wherever. Those are the ones that I travel about the universe as a spirit, specially seeking out. Because I am a rebel soul. I seek and destroy. That's what my mission is in the universe. I'm just passing through Earth here, you know. I hear that there was a small problem going on Earth. You see what I mean? So I have decided, yeah, man, a small problem that man passing through and, you know, was finish that. Yeah, I heard that falsehood and lie had set up camp here. And I have been pursuing falsehood and lies anywhere within the universe, you know. I am the antidote for those disease. And anywhere I go, I say I put a stop to that. Bring the antidote. Get exposed. Mr. Falsehood and Mr. What you call Mr. Who was I on about then? Mr. Falsehood. I'm not Mr. Falsehood and Mr. Liar, man. Mr. Falsehood and this religious man here. Masking how they dress. One is the businessman and the other is the religious man. But still the same people, you know what I mean? That you have to see through. These are the people who are leading you off into wars. You know, convincing you that we must do this and we must do that. They are the one who convince you that you should be loyal and patriotic. Loyal and patriotic to what? Have you examined exactly what you have been loyal and patriotic to? Eh? And you say, man, oh, I'm proud of my country, my country. You're going to leave it anyway, and whoever your mother, your father, just like whoever was on it before, we all have to go. So it ain't yours, but you let liar and falsehood convince you of this. And when they convince you, all they do is keep your soul along with theirs in darkness. Because they are not no illuminated, enlightened beings. You know what I mean? They are the... as a matter of fact, to be absolutely truthful, these are the... in the universe, these are the lowest beings. You know, because Earth is a low level, and they're sinking even lower down. You know what I mean? So don't let appearance don't think because somebody has some crown on the head and the way. If every day of their life, right, they was dressed up in them sparkling diamond clothes, and they had the best set of teeth and everything. The best food, and dress well, and there was. Don't make believe now that that make them a good person, or that they even have no idea why they was on this planet. See what I mean? It doesn't mean that because you've gone right to what them call them brainwashing university. And you get your bachelor's of art degree and whatever you got, and then they give you all kind of names behind that say you's bachelor of this, that. Doesn't mean that you have any sense at the end of the day. Because you stored up a lot of knowledge about whatever it is you store up the knowledge about. Who knows? Could be rocks and the atmosphere and the earth and fish. I don't know. electric. Whatever it is, you store up this knowledge, and they're now telling you that you are an expert in that field. Don't bother think, that because they are telling you are successful in your career, that you actually know anything. You know what I mean? All that is just knowledge. Gathering up great amount of knowledge does not necessarily mean that you're a learned person. And just because you're an architect, like I say, and you build this big building, or that big building, or it was you who built the pyramids, whatever building you want to build, you must think because you build this big building on the planet now, that this make you a great person. Building big building has got nothing to do with understanding what is right and correct. You see what I mean? The only person who can do that is somebody who lives honestly and truthfully. And you don't have to be an expert to do that. Anyone can do that. That's the magic of God. That's how God make it. That is a sense that everyone's got. Not all of us can be an architect, or a musician, or a footballer. See what I mean? But all of us can know the truth. Simple as that. So wherever you are, But you obviously you make Mr. Liar now, and Mr. Fars, tell you that no, man, God revealed it to to us. You see what I mean? Through Jesus, or through Muhammad, It's like just the other day I asked a man, says, Brethren, how did Muhammad know he was the last prophet? He said, the angel Gabriel told Muhammad that. Yeah, I've heard about this Gabriel before. The Christian them go on about Gabriel as well. But the funny thing is, Gabriel is one of them angels that stop appearing. Because since I've been alive for my 55 years, I have never encountered the brethren, Gabriel. And I don't know no living human being who has reported directly say, yeah man, I sight up Gabriel, man. So Gabriel is one of them figure that is set back in time, that a man cannot prove. But I have to say to myself now, it look like man now have God now like how they set themselves up on earth. So when they want to send a message to somebody who is far away, they send the minister, like the ambassador, and say, all right, take this message and go and tell them people, that I send. So when God want to send a message now, I'm presuming now that he call up Gabriel and say, come in, brethren, see me? I have a message, go to earth and tell Muhammad that he is the last prophet. You see what I mean? So it's this mysterious Gabriel now, the agent of God. So I say, well, why didn't God just tell the man that himself, brethren? I know what kind of God this man, relying on some angel, to go and tell a man. And then a man say, when he ask the man, say, hey, who tell you that you is the last? I said, brethren, is Gabriel, But who is Gabriel? And you're telling me about Gabriel as if you want me to be afraid of Gabriel. Whoever this is Gabriel. And Gabriel is sitting at the right hand of Jah, Well, I don't take orders from Gabriel. I take chat from Gabriel. Because I am a man who deal with the living God. So I don't have time to take chat from no Gabriel. Any man who is telling me that, yeah man, Gabriel come and tell me this thing, run that the man there. I say, hey, brother, sure the Gabriel them good for be the devil in a disguise, Some fancy thing good for that, like me say, you hallucinate. Like when you could depend certain drugs and you something going on, your mind show you a thing due to the effect of the drug. So due to the effect of you getting yourself all up into this, whatever, you might see something. And you think, oh yeah man, it's Jesus or Gabriel. What Gabriel? No, Gabriel don't exist, man. This is another ply of the religious men of setting miracles back in time. Because Because God would be idiotic anyway. You see, if God worked those kind of miracles like the religious man is saying, God would have to do this, like I say, in every generation. You know? Because otherwise he'll be making some miss out. You know? Some live in a time when his glory. It's a funny thing about, say like Gabriel. If you check Gabriel out as an angel, right? He only appeared to a certain group of people. Maybe down to the Jewish, the Christian, Muslim them. Well, I don't know if the Hindu man them know anything about Gabriel. And no man in Africa don't know about Gabriel anyway. Apart from what was taught to them when they was forcefully removed, I say, hear about Gabriel. Why the South American man them don't know nothing about Gabriel. So Gabriel is a man who works for God in a certain spot. You understand what I mean? In a certain era. But you find that man don't know Gabriel all around, like say, well, we all know who this Gabriel is. You know what I mean? Gabriel is that say man. Gabriel is one of them things that liar tell you about. Mr. Liar and Mr. Falsehood. Mr. Liar and Mr. Falsehood always, like I say, they have the knack of making up stories. And when they tell you their stories now, then you gobble that up. So if Mr. Liar and Mr. Falsehood tell you, say, yes man, it was Gabriel who come and do this thing here, man. You say, yeah, Gabriel. And you believe Mr. Liar and Mr. Falsehood that Gabriel, and you don't have no evidence that Gabriel exists. The only evidence you got is the one that was told to you by Mr. Liar and Mr. Falsehood. And Mr. Liar, like me tell you, it's so obvious anyway. Mr. Liar have to set the lie in a time or about something that can go like that anyway. So if him just say, yeah man, it's Gabriel man. Huh? Who can prove that Gabriel exists or Gabriel don't exist? But that's what a liar would do. Put you in a thing like, huh? But what I'm saying is now, God would be a fool if he had to send Gabriel to tell me something. So why God don't just tell me himself and God is everywhere? Why would God need a messenger? But you make falsehood and liar tell you that, no man, this man a God messenger man. God sent him. When, if you was an honest person, right, any honest person would know this. God cannot send anyone here. It's against the law. You don't understand? God cannot intervene, send anybody here. You are already here. You are here to make a choice. It's the same thing now, like you sitting in Tell 12 here, you're waiting for Jesus to come back. Come back to do what? No, you must make your choice, save yourself. You are waiting for Jesus to come back and God to send anyone. God cannot send anyone here. You are here to make a choice between left and right, good and bad. Make a choice and shut up about you're crying and whimpering and, you know, going on with your little coward self and talking about Jesus and the angel Gabriel and, you know, those are the ramblings of lunatics. Those are the people that I say in the fire here. I'm willing to bet my soul against them. They won't be willing to bet because they are cowards. Cowards never take a chance. I'm willing to take a chance that the whole of them, along with Gabriel, Jesus, who a lot of them, what them say, is a load of just the rambling of lunatics. When I say lunatics, liar and falsehood. Those are the ones that spread that. You know? And you find him in his religious. He's the one that built up temples and churches and mosques and everything. And wear religious clothes. He's a hypocrite, don't know God. Anybody who know God, I say, wouldn't do those things. In this time of fire, destroy all those things. Because everything have to get destroyed. I have to start again in it. So it's not as if you say, oh, well, the religion was right. It's not right. Well, the outward form of it isn't anyway. Outward form is all hypocrites. You see, just like the men in suit. All them is just to lead people's mind astray and have them like sheep so that they cannot think as individual. You see what I mean? Clearly use your own mind. You have to listen to lies and falsehood. You see what I mean? All of your religion, outward form is lie. You have been ruled by lies and falsehood. The devil, if there was a real devil, you say, the devil run it. All true, the devil is your imam and your priest and everything. And the book that them give you is a devil book that confuse you. Keep you as a sheep so you cannot use your head. You see me? Your head is superior to any book in it. Book is tree. You don't understand? Paper that they make. How can you make paper that they make? And anything that is written in a book is written by man. You see what I mean? So thoughts and ideas come from within man, not from outside man. From within to go out. So how can you let a book captivate you? Or men in gowns? How can you let a man decide your fate? Fire. How can you make a man lead you to heaven or to hell? Wherever? Are you afraid? No wonder people lead you if you are afraid. That's what I say. You're afraid to take a chance. I see people here all the time gambling, you know, in the bookies and everything. And none of them will take a chance with their own destiny. And say, alright, I'm having a gamble. You don't like how you gamble to win the lottery. Or whatever you gamble to win. Why don't you take a chance with your soul and say, alright, I'm taking a gamble, right? Me alone will decide what is wrong and what is right in this business. And if I'm wrong, all I can do is go to hell. At least I would have a try, innit? But most of you are not brave enough. I say, you're a coward. You'd rather just fall in. You know, like you are soldiers. Following lies and deception because it look good. You see what I mean? All these people said the soulless. None of their priests or none of their imam, like I said, cannot speak the word of God with the fire. They can repeat things and repeat around what was said. They have to base things like that. Because they're in a group anyway, they could never fire the truth, they kick out the group. So they can fire up about the repeat. But not nothing natural that is springing forth from their heart and mind. You see what I mean? I say you can't cultivate your own lyrics. That's why I say I'll use my word and kill all of you at once. Religious man, every single one of you. Not only here but beyond as well. I'm the enforcer, I say, of the will of the terrible and dreadful God. And because I am, I don't need any book. I destroy any man with book. The minute you, if it was a boxing match, the minute you bring anything from a book, one black eye you get. One lyrics in your mouth. Boof! I say, hey boy, a weak heart. This boy I don't know how to speak. This man is just referring to book. I say, hey boy, you coming at the fire, man. Don't spit fire. You say, you know God, don't you? So you claim that you know God. Well, speak. You have mouth for talk. Talk. Instead of just repeating like he's a record player. I claim that some great man say, some man that God tells secretly, Gabriel carry message go give him. I don't know. But don't bother come and talk that in this fire. Talk what you know. And then when we find out that you cannot say anything, you are an empty barrel. You see, that's why you need your book. Because you haven't got nothing to spit yourself, you have to run in your book referring to, oh yeah, they say that and this is what the disciple did, what the prophet followers did, this is what time they said this and how they said that. You can't decide nothing for yourself. But this is a time for you to decide things for yourself. Because this is a time now, like I say, when falsehood and lies was undercover. You know? The man in suit was seen as respectable. Everyone was aiming to be a man in suit. But surely now a man must be able to see in this time that men in suit, brethren, they are the danger. Because I'm telling you, if we arrest every man in suit, brethren, peace would appear instantly. So every man, people should, as soon as you see a man in suit, you know he's a vampire. Trust me. It just come in like a man in suit is a man who is not striving after the will of God. Even when you see the man them in church, the suit is a sign that these man is away from God law. And that's why they are just up in suit. Yes, man, it's the mark up on them, man. Just like me saying the last reason, when you go on a Christian term, you say, render your heart and not your garment. And yet them love to dress up in suit. You go to church, man, and Sunday, they're crisp. If a little tramp go in there, you wouldn't love that tramp walking in your church when you dress up in your niceties and you elaborate church. But it's not that you're supposed to be rendering, it's your heart. Like the word tell you. But you ain't doing that. Because you're a liar. So because you're living a life of deception, falsehood now. You have to, like I said, pretend to be good. But pretending to be good and being good is two different things, brethren. You see me? One is a pretense and the other one is a livity. Where one live like that, you see me? And it's the only way that you can know the truth. And if you don't live like that, you cannot spit it like this. You know what I mean? Yeah, man, you have to live it to spit it, man. You don't just come like that, you know. You have to, you see, like how some man would say, oh, man, God can do everything, man. Because, you know, God is great. Well, God ain't just going to give you no wisdom. Imagine that God give you a seed and you refuse to plant it. So why should God give you any return on that? After you just sit there with yours. No, you have to take part, man, in the activity. You don't understand? We are spirits, we're not robots. Yeah? Here's some foolish man about, oh, God is a spirit. So what you think we are? You must think just because we're in the physical flesh that we're not spirit. Yeah, man, we're spirit just like God, brethren. Wham. We're not flesh and bone alone. It's temporary state true in the body. So we are the substance of God. Yeah. Spirit. Eternal liberty. That's what we call that one. You know, eternal liberty. No death to this spirit as it was. Live forever and ever. So this is what falsehood and lie don't want you to know and understand, you know, and to grow and develop. Because if you know this, we wouldn't be supporting falsehood and lies. If the majority of human realize their potential, not mine, their own potential, they would never accept any way of life like this. Why would you want to accept falsehood and lie when you can accept the truth? You see what I mean? But falsehood and lie had to make a deliberate effort to falsify the truth and to get you to accept falsehood as truth. So if you cannot see in this time that the world is not a truthful place, it's not run truthful, is it? The system on the earth is what sustains the lie. Your religious system, your political system, all those are systems that help perpetrate the lie. And that's why they appear to look good. You like to say, that's how you see Mr. Political Man without his suit. And you don't see a self-respecting rabbi or priest or imam with looking well-groomed in their attire. Presentation is the art of deception. You see what I mean? And all kind of elaborate rituals. Performing rituals. Performing ritual is not knowing the truth. You see what I mean? Performing silly ritual, I say, whatever ritual it is that you do it, that is not what is going to make you know the truth. I know that for 100% because I know the living God in it. I spitting from the living God. Kill any weak heart, boy, I said. Destroy our souls by the words that I speak. No, you might think it's a brag, but it's no brag. Fire don't have time for the bragging. But no being, none at all, even the one that know the truth, can test the fire lion. You could have 1 billion books and you take the whole lot of you on at once and destroy you with the word of truth and rights, that is. You know, because I don't fight physically, do I fight with the word, the living word. And I cannot lose any war of words. You see what I mean? Can't lose any war at all. This is a battle that anywhere I go in the universe, I'm the winner. I cannot lose. You cannot defeat the truth. And I'm not the truth. But I'm on the side of the truth, and that's why I know that I'm a sure winner. In any confrontation with any boy, anywhere in the universe. You hear what I mean? Anywhere. Could be your Archangel Gabriel. Yeah, man, all him too, man. Any boy in the universe. That means all the Archangel and the other angel that is higher than the Archangel and the Quark-angel. All them. When them run in the fire. You see what I mean? Know the force of the living and terrible one we're dealing with. They deal with no second in command within this universe. Understand? We deal with the Supreme Dandada himself. So I am the counselor of the Supreme Dandada. Kill any boy. I say. Kill any spirit, you know. In reasoning and in truth. With the living word. Because I know the living God. How are you going to defeat that? With what scripture? Any man who is opposing my word, like I'm telling you, is opposing the living God. Well, obviously, because you don't know God, you wouldn't be able to overstand and comprehend this. You understand what I mean? But that is exactly what the fire is. The enforcer of the will of the one. That's why I say when I shoot, you know, like say when you join the army or the police, when you join their system and you are an enforcer for them, sometimes some of their marksmen, when they shoot, they miss. Target escape. But I don't miss. I don't shot no fire and miss. I can't miss, as a matter of fact. I shot a boy anywhere in there. I say in the mind. See, because I am beyond, like I say, when we speak some real fire. You're a little puny mind. If you know what I mean. As long as you are living dishonestly, I am way beyond your little puny mind, because your mind is corrupted, innit? Not by me, but by your own actions. You see, this is not about anybody talking about, oh, I'm superior, I'm better to you. I am not superior to no one, and I am not better than no one. I am just trying to explain a simple matter to you, that human beings can be blind when they do not strive to live correctly. And when they are not doing this now, they disguise themselves in suits or hide behind religion, pretending to be all pious and all holy. That is a pretense. You know, somebody pretend, oh, my Lord, can you see that is idiotic business? I know you feel if you hear somebody speaking passionately, they can't be godly, because we should be all pious in reverence of God, innit? That is what liars and when call him falsehood has convinced you. That you have to be, it's all have to be all reverent in it. Yeah? And that you have to go and pray to God in it, and He set out prayers for you. So imagine then that you have to, somebody have to tell you how to thank your mom or your dad for the goodness that your mom and dad do for you. You mean somebody have to teach you how to do this? So if God is your creator, how come somebody else have to teach you how to thank your creator for what your creator has done for you? That should be you and your father's business, innit? Or you and your mother's business, if that was the case. A man shouldn't have to tell you how to do it, and I take you somewhere and tell you to go in a building at a certain time and do it. and that you and him must go and do it, why can't you do it on your own? Why can't you how somebody have to coach you? No one don't have to coach I. My prayers are private and they are my business, me and God in it. Ain't got nothing to do with anyone else. No one else can tell me how to do it and when to do it. And the man who is telling me when to pray, I pray more than him. He just don't know it because he's an idiot, you know. You know what I mean? That you should want to come and tell a next man how to pray. But all this is part of the falsehood that has set up, like I'm saying, to deceive human being. Mr. Lion, Mr. Falls is pretending to lead people to heaven or the right way or to God or to whatever. But in all the cases, he's just there to make money. That's all his business is. Because Mr. Falls, when you see Mr. Falls dress up in his suit and tie, the purpose of that is to make money. That's his thing. That's his business thing. When he's under his robe and his religious thing, dressing up, the same thing is to make money in a different manner. Nothing to do with knowing God. Because he doesn't know God. Men who know God don't set up such ridiculous because they're not part of the ruling power anyway. So the ruling power wouldn't allow man of God to go on and set up no temples and mosques and churches that are going to reveal the truth to people. The master already know that the religious man ain't going to lead nobody to the truth or the understanding of who they are. So he will allow them to because he know that they are part of the system. He used the religious man to dumb a man's mind down. So they are friends. If he's going to war, the religious man go and bless the soldiers to go and kill the fellow human being. So the whole of them are mad people. Well, this one going to war against that one, the priest will be known out saying, blessing this one demon, blessing the other one over there, the rabbi blessing the other one, and whoever blessing, and praying to God to make them win. You know what I mean? Because religious people, like I tell you, they ain't honest and truthful. They hate one another. How can you be honest and truthful while you're hating another group? Dislike that you think you know it and they don't know it. It is because you are mentally sick. But you will not. You find it hard now to admit the fact that you are mentally sick. You see what I mean? Because you are now in your group and it's hard for you to break out of your group. You see what I mean? Peer pressure. What will the neighbors say if you suddenly say you don't agree with the bullshit? You see what I mean? What will your friends say? Or maybe your mother or father. You know? So a lot of people, even though they might know it's bullshit, they still go along with the bullshit. But I'm not going along with no one bullshit, like I tell you. I'm a rebel soul. You see what I mean? I come to destroy bullshit, not to go along with it. Or to admit that any part of it is any good. Or that any part of it worth saving. None of it is any good and none of it is worth saving. If there is any just God at all, you know, so let's clean up the whole of this, man. East, west, north and south, man, you know. Wash it all out because it's dirty everywhere. You know? Nothing here can be fixed. Nothing should be fixed. You know what I mean? We need a fire. You need like when a fire comes through and burn down. So what is going on earth is like a forest. It needs fire. You know? After the fire now, when you burn out all some stiff wood, you know? Fire reach them burn quickly, rapidly. Because they've been up a long time. You see what I mean? They're very dry and stiff. So when the fire reach them burn rapidly. So the burn off a fire then and we can have a new growth coming out. Yeah, that's what should be, that's what should be happening in this time. I know, like how in the 2012 year as well. I never make a prediction about what was going to happen and when it was going to. I make a prediction once. That was when I first rise up the fire. That was 1984. I was convinced the world was going to finish in 1984. Yeah, man, I thought everything done. But when it never happened, well, my life wasn't based on that still, you know. It was still based on honesty. When it never happened, I just says to myself, you know what? I am not a predictor, so I'm not making no more prediction again, you know. My prediction fail, you know. So I don't bother deal with them. Know anything about when anything is going to happen or when anything is going to happen. Because I am not a prophet, as they would say, prophesying when this is going to happen and when. I deal with the current right here and now, livity. You see what I mean? And I know for sure that the living God is within man. And I know for sure that my brethren death is coming for you. And I know for sure the super agent of God, memory himself, has recorded all your deeds. So when you ship out of the body, go to the other side, reap your reward. Those things I know for sure. As to when things shall get clean here, I can't say, but I know it is necessary. And I always say to myself, surely a fire like me couldn't have been born unless it was, really mashed down Babylon. Because like I tell you, I deal with things very, very seriously. Maybe that's why people don't hang around me too long. You know what I mean? Because they'll just think, well, all this man want to talk about is the right and truthfulness and honesty all the time. He don't look like him, you know. Maybe that's why I say him in the end, my missus couldn't stand that. I maybe want to talk about so, and I'm not into them kind of thing. I have to live a moral life and talk about, you know, when I see injustice go on. Talk about the justice or the injustice of the situation. Because I'm a very sensitive being. Yeah, I feel things. And when I feel them, I can't ignore them. You understand what I mean? And I am disgusted with the state of this world. As many times I said to my brethren, look, them lucky. You're just lucky that I am not God, man. Trust me, man. Things will have fixed up already. But it's because I'm not God. You see what I mean? Otherwise, it would have done already. You know what I mean? Because the way you live in here is disgusting. No need for it. You know what I mean? So we can live in a more humane way then. You know? You say you live in a earth, man, you're full of racism in it and hate and all these things. You're sick. And you don't know that you're hating your own self. Because I'm telling you, fool, we are spirits, innit? We are all spirit. But you let Mr. Lion, Mr. Falsehood convince you that you are Asians and white and black and all this thing. When nothing don't go like that. If your religion teach you that, that's an idiotic religion. If it was your great spiritual master that teach you that, that's another idiot business. You know what I mean? Because I'm telling you, all man is one. Whether you want to know it or whether you don't want to know it. You know what I mean? All man is one. You know what I mean? Wake up and get me a piece of tiny tissue, the brethren. All man is one. You see what I mean? Whether you want to know it, like I say, or whether you don't want to know it. Now you think to yourself, who convinced you that you are the color that, if you find that if you're a white man listening to a black man, who convinced you that you're a white man? And who convinced you that you're a black man? You know what I mean? Who convinced you that you are whatever they tell you that you are? You just think about that one. You're born, and then all of a sudden, you try by whatever, and a man say, yeah man, you're a black man, man. We're all black man, huh? Or they tell you that, yeah man, we're all white man. Are you sure you are what they are telling you? And why should somebody else decide who you are? Why should it be somebody else, right? Who define who you are, rather than you defining who you are yourself? But like I say, because I'm a rebel soul now, I am not going to let no human define who I am. You know, as to tell me that, oh yeah, man, you're a black man. You're not going to categorize me and put me in a box like that, because I'm not in a box. So how could anyone then tell me that, oh, yes man, you are just the person that we are seeing with our eyes. That's who you are. When I know that you cannot see me. You know what I mean? I know that. And all other human beings are like that as well. But no, they're here on this planet here, living with some of them, they're so full up of hate that because of racism, like say, either black or hate white. It's usually white hating blacks are the color, I must say that. That's how it is. I'm not saying that a black can hate a white, but that's how racism usually come from white being don't like and giving. But all you're doing, like I'm saying, is hating yourself. Because that's another spirit. They are not what you've been told. Somebody tell you that they are black, or that they are niggas, or whatever you want to call them, whatever derogative name you want to call I and I. Somebody tell you that's what I am, and you believe what the lie that you've been told. But I am not nothing what you've been told, because you haven't been told the truth. And because of a lie, you've been blinded by this lie. A lie that you tell now to your uncle, you tell it to your auntie, you pass it down to your son, and you teach it to your sisters and your daughters and everybody. And they in turn teach it. Which is not the truth. You see what I mean? So you see how easily the lie gets spread out, and then after all this time of lying, it has contaminated the soul of human beings now, where they now come to accept the lie as the truth. You see what I mean? Because it suits them to live a lie. And even when they find out about the lie, like I'm saying, they find it hard to get out of the lie. You see what I mean? But don't be ashamed, if you've been caught up in the lie. Just release yourself from the lie. Don't live it out, because you will carry on in the next life and you get punished. You see what I mean? Life ain't a joke, like I say. I don't deal with joke business. I'm an enforcer of the law. So just like how this law here, there's punishment in this law when you break it. This devil, this negative, I call it, it's called a positive and negative world. So we look, this negative law here, when you break the law, you get punished. The opposite law, which is the positive side of it, carries the same punishment for the wrongs that you do. You know the wrongs that you do here and thought you get away with it. Oh no, you never get away with it. Memory was recording the actions and the deeds, the intention, everything about you. Nothing about you that has gone amiss, if you know what I mean. Yeah man, everything is recorded down there, man. I said, hey boy, my girl, we say not even a little dust that you've done has gone unrecorded, as it was. Yeah man, I work with some super agent. I am equipped, right, with the understanding that when I tell a soul, anyway, when I meet them in the universe, right, and I tell them, like when I come to Earth and tell these Earth people, because they using video and I say, watch here, and black box and them things, I say, watch here, bridging. Jah was the first to create the black box, see me? And he, you know where he place it, you've heard it many times, place it within these human beings. It's called a memory. When you crash, that is when my other brethren here, the terrible and dreadful death. A man who terrify enough people, but my brethren still, you know. When he come for you, all the data know that what you've done here is on the black box. You see me? So you can't, and you know, you see when an aeroplane crash, man, it's hard, them black box can destroy, and that's the one that man made. You know what I mean? So what about the one that God make? You think that could never destroy? No, man, that can never destroy, man. So you don't know. Soon as death crash up, retrieving the black box, you see? And the reason for that now is to examine the data that is on the black box. That's what I tell you, you know. Hey, no, you ain't playing, you don't bother think that you can come here and break the law and get away with it, you know. No one get away when I come around. I just come around to reveal that it's futile to work against the will of the terrible and dreadful God. You hear what I mean? Just like it's futile, although people don't know this yet, to oppose his general. And I am his general. His enforcer. You see what I mean? Because the terrible and dreadful one ain't going to manifest itself, is it? You need an enforcer. So I am the enforcer of the will of the terrible and dreadful one. The one who shot angel or archangel. When I'm firing, all the universe quiet, I say. Yeah, man. All of it come to order. All of them pick up the vibe of the fire going through. You see what? That's the real fire we burning, you know. That means me say if angel then I have all them stand to attention. Click them wing to them side. When them hear fire burning. Because this is the real hot fire truth now. You see me? To the fullest. This is not this is after we left believe way down that way. You have to jump out of believe and head down to the house of knowing, down to the depths, where you know things. You see what I mean? Well, you know them, I don't know them anyway. God know them. You see what I mean? God revealed these things to me. Well, I know you don't like that word God, you know. Let's say, but I like the word Rastafari, terrible and dreadful overlord, himself the high general. But that's for me personally. What I like for you human beings, everybody else, is conscience. You see, because even like as when I was talking to the brethren in town, him telling me about Muslims. Muslims are not everywhere on this planet. Because some places are Christian. And Christian are not everywhere because some places are Muslim. Hindus are not everywhere on this planet. You know what I mean? But guess who is everywhere on this planet? Conscience. Everywhere. And guess what? I mean all of the man them who say them Muslim. All of the one them who say them Christian. All of anybody who say them is anybody, my master dwell in them. Superior than Dada. You see, so while they are limited, you see, you go places where those people there, like I say, are not Islam. You know, might even claim that they are Rasta. Or even the man who's claiming that he's a Rasta, guess who is in him? Conscience, I and I master the Dandada. You see what I mean? So I am a man who govern all these beings. My master run them. So that's what I say, irrelevant brethren, if you tell me that you is a Muslim, so what? Did you know that God was in you? You're running up your mouth and talk, say you is a Muslim. Have you come to the realization that the terrible and dreadful God is within thy own self? And you who is running up and say, oh yeah, Christian, Jesus. Did you come to the understanding that the terrible and dreadful God is within thyself? Because unless you do this, you're nothing, you're just an empty barrel. You see what I mean? Whatever religion you want to come from, if you are a being who do not realize fully that the living God is within man, then you are an idiot. Your religion is no good to you. You are holding on to the husk. No juice in the husk. You need to move within your religion. You see what I mean? You did not know that, like I tell you, everything in this world is in and out. Double-sided, you know? Yin and yang. So religion is like that. If you can't get it clear. Positive and negative. You see what I mean? Just like how a man is, I'm a man, you see? positive and negative, body and spirit. Two things. So religion is not a one thing, it's a two thing. So the good part of a religion is within. You understand? If you want to be the only way, alright then, I'm going to put it simple to you if you don't understand. The only way, I am not a Muslim, but I'll tell you that the only way that you can be a good Muslim. The only way you can be a good Muslim is when you live honest and truthful. That's it, finish with you. Only way you can be a good Christian is when you live honest and truthful. Same for everybody. And if you cannot live honest and truthful, you're nothing. You're zero. So we don't know what you're talking about. That is the law. You know any law above that? You know any really just right you can perform within your religion beyond that? Living honestly. There is none. It's because you refuse to live honestly, like I say, why you are performing religious right and why you have to rely on your Bible or your Quran or whatever book it is you're holding on to. You come in like you say, like me here with me walking there. You can't walk without your stick like you need a crook. Yeah? I can walk without my stick now. I just carry the rod because it's a rod of correction, I tell a boy. Yes, the rod of correction. You see what I mean? So you need to like I say, learn to be honest. Because this is the only way you're going to spot those who are dishonest. This is the only way that you can release yourself from amongst those who are dishonest. Is to be honest. You continue to play the game. You know what I mean? Then you ain't going to see the truth. I'm telling you, no believer can see the truth. All of you who are believers are blind. Because you just believe in what you've been told. You will die believing what you've been told. And you fervently believe what you've been told. But you don't know what you've been told. Because you haven't checked it out and your heart is not clean enough to do it. You are afraid to look at the evidence. You see what I mean? Just like I tell you, say, a man can tell you, say, Gabriel come and tell a man a thing. What Gabriel? Because you don't want to question that. You're afraid of Gabriel. Have you ever seen Gabriel? Gabriel don't exist. Why, right? And yet now you fervently believe that you're scared, aren't you? To question it and say to yourself, that's a lie, nothing don't go like that. Because you're afraid. Coward. But God never created you as a coward. I mean, you're just acting like a coward. Because you say everybody else is cowardly. So you feel that, you might as well fit in. I say if you can't join them, But like I say, I'm a rebel soul. I'm not fitting in with no coward. Even if the whole planet is cowardly, I'm not going their way. You know what I mean? I only deal with the truth. I haven't got time for no hearsay, I bother too much about. I love the miracles of God, and the miracles of God now, like I say, is me sitting here talking, Just to be alive talking, I say it's a miracle. To see birds and trees and flowers and all them things, the water, that is miracle. What more miracle you want, brethren? What more miracle a man seeking from God? And why is man making up? Why is he making up lies and saying that God part sea and man born a virgin birth? Those things are plainly lie. Alright, I'm willing to bet my soul that it's a lie. Any one of you religious man leaders, when you go to, if you ever hear this, go in your mass right on Sunday and church and say to your congregation that you are willing to bet your soul that Jesus was born of virgin birth. Just like how I say, I bet my soul the boy never, man no exist anymore, but if him did, I bet my soul him never born by no virgin birth. I will bet my soul lose it if I lose it as well. You so certain that you could bet your soul that yes, he was born of a virgin. You couldn't be so certain because you just a hearsay. Why do I have to work off no hearsay? I work off knowing. You understand? Being born of a virgin birth couldn't make you know the truth anyway. That's just Mr. Liar trying to put it in your mind that to know the truth, you have to be some kind of some kind of perfect being then. Because saying us beings then is like, if that was the case, what God would be saying to us is that because you come from a man, you are a sinner. But my son don't come from man, him is pure. What kind of idiotic nonsense is that for a mind to swallow? You know? How can you make liar tell you something like that? Flatter you with an idiotic lie like that. Nothing can go like that under law. Or logic if you want to. That's not logical, is it? If I say like if God wanted to perform some miracle, he just make Jesus born in it, out there. And then every year, and then every generation, he will just keep making a man born, so that every generation would know for certain, without anyone telling them that, yeah, man born of virgin birth, regular man. No, but the story is set when no one can't dispute it, you know. They just have a lot of time arguing, some saying yes, some saying no. Nobody is precise and certain. But I'm precise and certain that no virgin birth took place. And God never sent any prophet here either. All that is just lie tell by Mr. Religious Man to confuse people about sending. That's another thing. Prophets stop coming as well. Anyway. Make sure they say Muhammad was the last one. So no more prophet is coming. But there was none before either. Why you need prophet? For what? And if God did send all these hundreds of prophets and then stop sending them, why did he do it? Because it doesn't make man any better. Man just gone worse. Man have hydrogen bomb now where to blow up the earth. Man have more dangerous gas. So you send all them holy prophet to do what? To stop man being wicked? Or to help him being more wicked? It look like the prophet that come, all they do is help man to be more wicked. You know what I mean? But that's what liar and falsehood that is. Yeah, man, God send them, man, yeah, man. You follow them, you know? Liar and falsehood use these kind of heroes, like I said, to divert you. To keep you away from what is true. Similar thing like in modern times how they have you following pop star. You see what I mean? And pop star are those empty beans. Well. Same way they give you prophet you are any kind of hero for you to follow. Anytime you follow in any being outside of yourself, you are diverted away from the truth. So all these great beings like Jesus or whatever, it's just to divert you. So instead of following your own being, developing your own understanding, you are now idolizing and worshipping another being, which is completely nonsensical. I bet my soul against that. Look like I'm in the mood of betting my soul tonight. Yes, I'm in the mood of betting my soul. I will bet my soul that any being who is following another being, like say you're following Jesus, is a nonsensical being. A complete idiot. Spiritually, lost the mind to be following another being and revering and talking anything about them and how glorious they are. That means you don't know yourself, innit? You've been completely bewitched by Mr. Liar and Mr. Falsehood. Deception. The art, camouflage, capture. So no souls are captured here, man. I think it's this earth remind me of when you was coming out of the birth passage. There was many sperm coming, but only one managed to come through and achieve life. So it looked like in this struggle for understanding, although many people are on the planet, it's only the odd few that go up and hatch the egg. The great majority look like they remain ignorant, dumbed down by these religious fanatic maniacs. These men in truth, I say, if I had the power, kill all of them instantly. Wipe you out of creation, devil. Enough of that. Mash up your synagogue and your mash and your skirt and one fire underneath the whole of leading God children. God. And as I say, I'm willing to bet my soul that exactly what you're doing, that's all religious men are doing on this planet, leading God people astray. Yeah, I'm willing to bet my soul against it, I say, in the fire. So yeah, if I had the power, well, when the change come anyway, all those things will destroy. I won't need them again. No need for that. People will learn to live in oneness and truth. Oneness and truth is everywhere. You don't have to go and tell anybody that. It's already within them. They'll learn how to bring it out. You don't have to enforce it on them. They don't have to come and join anyone. They'll be joining the one that is within. They'll be linking not with any group or anyone, but with the living God that is within them, so that they can strive and live how they should. They will get the understanding from him themselves and live good. We want to join our group, is it? We're going to destroy group. Oneness is coming. When confusion is removed, you have oneness. So all this system will destroy. You won't have money and those things. That's part of the system. That's for idiotic beings who hasn't quite got their faculties, like I said, dark-sided, you know, idiotic, who want to rule and dominate, you know. You clear all that away, because you don't, that's part of the, that go as well. Political system go as well, whole system, religious gone, whole system, all those things. Burn, all those things are getting burned in the fire, no more. All those are part of the confusion that has kept man's soul in darkness from I don't know when. And every day I've been praying to God, say, Father, come and release the Kraken. Let us just sweep away these ignorant and vile beings. I say to myself that, you know, when a man is speaking and he's not speaking the truth, shit would fly through his mouth, ears, and all his eye, just to prove that he cannot speak the truth. That's what should happen. That's if I was God, that's what I would make happen. So idiots would have to keep them out shut. Because if you speak and you don't know what you're speaking, that's what will happen to you. Every hole that is in you, poo would come flying out of you. You understand? That's what should happen to these vile. Because I'm fed up a wicked man opposing the truth, you know. Some little weak heart opposing the truth. Now sometimes I get vexed in myself. Yeah, man. I say, look at these little devilish, but because it's a lot of them. It's always a lot of them. It's always just I and I alone burning the fire against whoever it is. I don't care. No? There's always a lot of them, you know. But you're going to lose this group safety that they are in. They're going to lose it, man. That won't help you. And I'm not fighting a war, you know. It makes it sound as if I'm angry or fighting, when all I'm trying to do is to help my fellow human being. At the end of the day, I ain't fighting no one. You know, that's me come here to fight a war. When you think about it, I ain't fighting no war. I am just trying to, what I would say, as a natural instinct, then brother to brother, help another brother to understand or to reveal a way to them. You know, which I know for 100% is true, you know. And which I know for 100% say all of the religious man them don't know the truth. I don't believe that they don't know it. I know that they do not know it because I know the truth. And the truth is nothing what they're on about. And don't behave nothing like that. Because I was taught by the truth itself. You don't know that the truth is a reality. Yeah, man, the truth is a reality, man. The truth is actually a teacher. The truth is my teacher. I know the truth personally. So that's why I know all religious men are liars. That's why I'm willing to bet my soul against them. That's what they're preaching, what they don't know about. They cannot speak fluently about God. Like how you see me sit in front of a camera spitting and find many different lyrics to fire. Because these are empty barrels. Me kill them for breakfast, I say. Yeah. Boy! One shot the fire and them dead. A weak heart. You know, you don't know you can only know God when you live. Honestly, not when you're there reading and talk about what was written down in your religious scripture or whatever. Yeah, idiot. Does idiot do that, I say. Bad soldier. Bad soldiers of God don't go on about books. You know, if you go and read books, when I read them, I don't come and repeat them. Or forever going on about what I read in the book or what it say in the book. You know what I mean? No. Excuse me. I have my own lyrics. I grow them and spit them myself. I am the one who is responsible for them. You understand? Not some book. Or what some other man say. No, I cultivate my lyrics and bust it on that boy face myself. You see what I mean? And he's willing to stand by it myself, defend it myself against all comers, and know for certain as well that I will defeat all comers. You see me? If it was like a boxing match, I say I knock them all out. Or if it's a race, I'm Usain Bolt. Fast like lightning, swift, rapid. That's what I mean. Ain't no way of me losing any fight. And I'm not fighting. You know what I mean? But in terms of what we call reasoning, ain't no way of me ever losing, ever, any. And bad boy, I'm a killer. Supreme of you know, like how we say them have the military army and them have them SAS. Yeah, well, you know, SAS in jam, you know. Supreme. We say, dread is in the army, dear man. I reckon that's why I would say, because we spirit, and a spirit like me manifest in this time, you know. Because I only deal with bad man things. You see me? I am what you call the lunatic of God. Yes, man. Sometimes I have to say I's God bad dog, you know. God have to just hold me back on the rail, so I say, you know, and just say, cool it down, ready for bite, you know. Trust me, man. If it wasn't Jah, that's why I tell you, look, I am not God. God is the one holding me back, you know, and the rain, you know. I'm ready for what? Destroy wicked man, when we see him catch him, man, on this planet here. And when I say I destroy wicked, don't think I say I'm killing her. And just say I'm destroying foolish ideas, you know, and revealing the truth, the honest truth of the matter. And masking false human being, are showing you how you can unmask them. Chief, you can start by studying those in suit and listening to them carefully what they're saying, and you will realize that they're liar. No? You know, you can't have yourself politician a lie. You ask them one question, if you listen to them and hear the answer, you'll spot it. And from that you will learn how to spot a liar. And you can also learn by their eyes, their face. Like when you look at Mrs. Clinton, you can see that she's a liar, or she's not a healthy being, deceptive person. Shows in her eyes, in her whole face, that she's a vampire. You know? Vampire is the way that you know, the way that you live will turn you into a vampire. And, you know, see that there's no life in you, then you're cold. You see what I mean? By the way that you live. So, it's what I'm saying, you know, but it's up to you anyway. Because I'm telling you, there's a flex in life in it. There's a different life from what the vampire is showing you. I want you to believe in, which is the one that I'm telling you about, because I'm telling you that there is no death to man. Ain't no death to you. You see what I mean? So you should take responsibility back from Mr. Liar and Mr. Falsehood. You know what I mean? Otherwise, you are going to let somebody now lead you into darkness. As I'm talking about the suit man, here they are behind. There's a lot of men on the telly there in suit and tie. I don't know, it looked like they must be collecting the Nobel Peace Prize, and all of them in the room are in suit and tie, and the man is making a speech, and everything he say they're clapping. And you know, that's how hypocrites are, suit and tie. You always see them together like that. They make the heart sick when you see these beings, and they get away with just by smiling. It's just like when I turn on to my God channel sometime and I see those sick preachers, but so many people are up there adoring them and crying and passing out, and you wonder how do they get away with this bullshit? Are people so sick that they tolerate these things and take part in it? And even in 2012 here, like I'm saying, people are so sick that they see the EU award the Nobel Peace Prize to some other devil. Some devil give it to another devil. That the people of Europe, what you should do, you should outcry and say, listen man, forget about Nobel Peace Prize. Don't give out anymore. You're taking the mickey. You know what I mean? But like I'm telling you, this is how evil is operating in this time. Evil is not hiding, it's coming out and doing things right in front of your face. And that is, you can't get a more arrogant attitude than that. Well, there was arrogant when the name Obama. But this is another arrogant attitude of the suit and tie man. He's coming off with one now. I'm sure they want a war. They want to expand this war here now because they're saying Syria is getting ready to use chemical weapon. They are the one getting ready to use the chemical weapon, blaming it on Syria and then moving to do whatever evilness they are trying to do. But I reckon your doom is not far off, you know, wicked. So you carry on. Carry on pushing, man. One at a time you're going to push too far. You know, but while he's pushing on, carrying on his lies, I have come to the end of this fire and hope that I have shed a little bit more light into what is going on here on the planet Earth, that I have helped you to unmask the man in suits. Please look at them. Start a campaign about those who are in suits. Anyone who hear this fire here now, that's what you should do. Start a campaign. We should have a campaign about people who wear suits. What do you think? Get the suities. Tell them to stop doing it. Come out of your suit. It look like suit is a thing that make a man automatically a liar. And we should also run away the religious man as well. The priests and all them man there. Because they don't know the truth. If they did, they wouldn't be... you have man of Christian, Muslim, Hindu, whatever. Living separate. And each of them thinking that their way is the better way. Those are mad people. And yet people still follow them. You see what I mean? If you just name 3 groups, they have 3 different ideology. And there's only one God. But like I tell you, every outside religion is like that. They're just mad. They don't know nothing about the truth. They just end up believing. And tell you about what they believe, what they hear, and, you know, what they believe up in heaven and all this kind of thing. All nonsense. They have no substance. When I reason with people like that, I talk to them. Although they don't know this, I just take one word and mash them. Them dead. Kill them instantly. They just carry on talking, you know. But the minute them run into me, I just kill them because they haven't got nothing to say. It's like arguing with an empty barrel. You see what I mean? Anyway, I am not going to continue arguing with empty barrel, you know. Because I've been rapping a long time. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to wind down out of this fire. And hoping to meet you on the next fire soon. We'll be bringing up some more up-to-date firing about the current madness that is happening right here in the 2012. You see what I mean? So I would say, never mind the matter about 2012, man. What you should do is the whole saying, man. Know thyself within this time. Because once you know yourself, there's nothing to worry about. So here what we're going to do now. We're going to reel in and fire out from firehouse. See? Rastafari, live it. You see, man?